Today, I'm going to be continuing to try hard in Legend League, because this whole month I am, and I want to know if the Super Barbarians can keep up with some of the other top meta attacks right now. Now, Fatal was the one who showed me this army, and I kind of fell in love with it. It's a lot of fun. Reminds me of the Super Archer Blimp, Super Barb strategy from like Town Hall 15, maybe early Town Hall 16. And I know that we're starting off with like a Royal Champion charged with the Electro Boots.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But I am trying hard, and that's just the best thing in the game right now. So that's why we're using it. I feel like when Town Hall 17 dropped, everybody was like, it's so much, like as soon as people started upgrading things, like everything's harder, not everything's working, I can't do 320 every day anymore. And then the Royal Champion was just like,
just bought some shoes they like, I just got a pair of shoes.
If you've never heard that song before, you're probably wondering what the heck you just listened to, and I'm so glad that I could have been the one to introduce you to it. But anyway, let's go ahead and take those new shoes that light up and go into Legend League and see if we can get 320 with the Super Barbarians. All right. Okay, we obviously, so the core is going to be the ideal target for the Royal Champion, right? Because that's going to be what everything else struggles with. Super Barbarians clean up the outside of the base very, very easily, but the core is what we struggle with. Also, Monolith and Ricochet cannons are something we struggle with. So maybe we just deal with all the heroes at the start. Maybe we don't. I don't really know. Let's just put the Royal Champion down somewhere, and we'll see where she goes, maybe, actually. That's probably what I'm actually going to do. Yeah, okay, we got to just start, right? Because I can't just sit here and waste time. Okay, let's put one Super Barbarian there. We're just going to try and clean up trash buildings as we go.
Smack my grandma, her shoes don't light up.
I'm actually glad we got that Wizard Tower. What's next? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought she'd still be invisible. 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to be a little bit more easy with the invises now, because I don't want my Royal Champion to take more damage. Oh, she just killed the Ice Skull. That's so unfortunate. Draw them out. No, at least we get rid of all the Ice Golems, I guess, right? That's a good thing. Okay, we do get that. We do have a Phoenix. Let's go ahead. Oh, I have the Giant Arrow on. Why do I have the Giant Arrow on? I need to take the Giant Arrow off, like, ASAP. After this attack. And we kind of need to hope that we get some other things in that little area there. Let's just see if we can clean up a couple of trash buildings just kind of around the base a little bit, just to kind of prepare as we get there. God, dude, we're taking forever over here. We're just going to rage through this area here because I just want to clear through this area a little bit more quickly than I am right now. King's walking. Not ideal. Okay, we'll get the Giant Arrow, I guess. Magic Mirror would have been a lot better. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? Let's see if we can open up walls to that Inferno. Oh, we actually get the Inferno. That's actually really good. I still have my freaking Warden ability? What am I doing with my life? King, go inside the wall once in your life, please. Guess we may as well just use this now. I don't really know when else we're going to be able to. Freeze that. We might still be okay. Hoping that Super Minion can get that Builder Hut up there. Nope, it doesn't. Probably should have used something to get that King there. Oh, time is just going to be a big issue here. Queen, hurry through those walls. Faster. This is actually going to be so close. Warden, please. Queen. That Builder Hut is really low health, right? Oh my gosh, that's actually so freaking close. Oh, it heals itself. All right. I can't believe we dribbled that. Easy. I wasn't worried at all. Next attack. All right, I'm going to put the Magic Mirror on. I feel like that would have helped a lot. All right. I've got the magic mirror on. I'm not going to whack my iPad anymore. We're going to attack number 2. And this time it's going to go a lot smoother. I just have a feeling. Dude, this base is so common. I got this base twice yesterday and once in CWL, and I tripled in CWL because I already had 2 practice raids, right? So this base is super common right now. If you're using this base, it's burnt, like mega burnt. I can't remember how I got my Royal Champion to the mid. Oh, you know what? I did a Rocket Loon Fireball attack, so it wasn't even like I really even mattered. Okay, let's put her up over here. Let's go ahead and just put one Super Barb over there. We're just going to start cleaning up trash buildings as we go to prevent time failing. That's the goal. We don't want a time fail. Okay, we're obviously going up here. 3, 4. Let's go to that multi-arch tower. 2, 3, 4. We'll go to the expo next, then we should go back to the town hall, right? 2, 3, 4. Nice. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. We're gonna gut this core. 4. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, this is going so well. God, the Royal Champion's just so freaking good. Her light up shoes are nuts. Look at the damage. Holy, I don't get it. Might be a little broken, you guys. Okay, actually, I do need a wall break into there. King, Ice Golem, Headhunter, this. The next wall break should get to the other wall. Yeah, that's actually a really good wall break. Please make it there. Yeah, we make it. How do you even fail after that start? This is a slow attack, right? I will say that. It is definitely very slow. Okay, that's actually a pretty good wall break too. I'll take that. We're gonna rage. We're gonna wall break a couple more times. Oh, that's such a sick wall break too. What did I do to deserve these wall breaks? Okay, let's rage, use the warden ability and everything, and then I'm actually gonna wall break over here so that I can clean up those buildings if I need to, because I do have the king ability still, right? Still have that. Let's wait till he gets a little further, and then we can pop it. Let's go with that Royal Champion with all of you guys here. Okay, let's pop it now. I feel like that'll give me access. Okay, I should have waited a tiny bit longer, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I think this one's going to look... I think this is looking really good. Nice. Royal Champion's OP. My gosh, how do you just... Literally, the whole core was dead from her. That's nuts. My OP pathing her to the core, though. You could say that. So I'm kind of a brain dead idiot, and I muted my mic somehow. I have no idea how, so every raid from here on out is actually just going to be my commentary from the future, talking about all of these raids. By the way, this will turn into like a masterclass on how to deal with these isolated cores that you see here in the middle. These are starting to become so freaking common. It's like almost every base has like this isolated core, and a lot of them have the invisibility towers, but like you can kind of counter it pretty easily with the Spirit Walk. It really isn't even that hard. So, by the way, somebody in the comments could recommend a way for me to freaking fix my throat. I've had this cough for like 3 weeks. It just really won't go away. I'll do anything. Please help me. So yeah, what I'm doing, I'm just trying to find out what direction my Royal Champion's heading. We're going to have her go up towards those bomb towers, obviously, because they're definitely closer. I don't really like going to the bomb towers because she just takes extra unnecessary damage. But what we're going to do is we're going to invis ahead of her and then force her to the town hall. You'll see here in just a second. Here we go. We're going to hit the town hall a couple of times. Man, I missed my invis a little bit there. I didn't realize that. And then the town hall will go invisible. Then I'll just start attacking another defense. But by the time the invisibility wears off that I have to do it again, the town hall's not invisible again. So I could just hit the town hall. And then I just work my way through the core. And I'm telling you, like, I do this with like every rest of the raid for the whole entire day. And it's pretty insane. Just you, like clear the entire core almost doing this. You just use one of the defenses around the outside of that little moat there to distract your Royal Champion for a second, and then she just goes right back to the core and just wrecks it. Obviously, I'm trying to like learn how to do this attack a little bit faster because every freaking raid, it was like within 10 seconds of failing every single raid today. It was pretty nuts. So trying to figure out how to get better at the game. It's crazy. One thing I probably should do is when the CC's drawn is lure it out to one of the sides or something so that I don't have to have my smash deal with the ice columns, right? Because obviously if there's ice columns in the CC and time's already an issue, that's not a good thing, right? So I probably should just lure it outside and have the E-Titan deal with it. But I'm not smart enough to think of that until way later on. Trying to get a good wall break here so that everything will go right to the middle, but I put it too early so it gets picked off. There we go. We get one to kind of go to the mid, but not really helpful at this point. I like to rage early so that we get through walls so that I can save my king ability for like a... Well, okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making things up, I guess. Got a Tesla down there, so I'm starting to like look for other Teslas. Like, are there any other ones? I don't really know. Got 50 freaking seconds left, and we still got a lot of the baits left. Like a lot of walls and stuff too. I don't have any wall breakers. I don't have any way to break through walls very good. I just sent a bunch of super barbs up here to deal with the queen and with the headhunter. And as long as I can deal with that, everything's pretty good. We still have about 30 seconds left, but we still have to kind of break through some walls, right? We still have those two heroes that I hope my heroes don't get distracted with all in the back end. Because either that will wreck them or slow me down enough to where I time fell. But again, man, this, like, look, there's 20 seconds left. We're starting to try and break through walls. It's just, this was honestly, I will say though, this was one of the most fun days I've had at Legend League in a long time. It's like every raid was like this where I'm just like, holy cow, please. But we get it. We get it. We're still perfect for the day. And let's get into the next raid. All right, we're going into, this is hit number 4. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to see how we can get the Royal Champion to the core. That's obviously the goal, right? Every single raid today, we're trying to get the Royal Champion to the core. And as I'm looking at this base, there's heroes on like the very left and right, and so I don't want my Royal Champion to get distracted by them. There's like that little isolated area by the monolith, which I think would make her go random. So I'm just going to literally put her at 12 o'clock because there's like not defenses ringing around the outside of the walls there. So no matter where she goes, she's just going to go right middle to the town hall, right? So really good spot to put the Royal Champion, I should say. We're just going to wait. Obviously, I'm trying to put Barbarians down as the Royal Champion's launching her shots so that I don't have to worry about time as much. And then I think this is a big mistake here. I let my Royal Champion deal with the king, not because she gets hurt a lot or anything, but just it wastes a lot of time and rocket spear shots, which times obviously, that is like the #1 issue with this army. Forget it, like I have like 5 raids today probably that were within 5 seconds of failing. It's pretty nuts. So again, just gonna keep placing the invises down. I thought for sure I was gonna invis the town hall there. You see how freaking close that was? Keep invising buildings, keep going into the face. I want to get these 2 fire spitters. That's because that's like in the middle of the base, right? And the more middle of the base it is, the harder it's going to be for my heroes and the super barbs to deal with. So the middle of the base is kind of the goal with the Royal Champion. So invis her, get there. It would have been nice to get like the scatter shots in the rage tower, but that would have been way too much, right? So I just let her die at this point. I think she's done enough. And we're going to use the siege barracks to get my queen and my warden and king and everything to go into the middle area. I'm just going to use super barbs around the outside of the base to make sure that all those outside buildings are cleared so that my king cannot walk on me anymore. And again, I should have been smart enough not to freaking draw the CC right into my smash. I should have lured it out somewhere else. Because man, those ice columns really just waste so much time. And I use a little trick there to get the P.E.K.K.A.s into that little compartment to deal with those buildings. Now, let's see, what am I doing? I am debating on using my king ability here, but I decided to. I accidentally, right here, I accidentally fat fingered my warden ability. I did not mean to use it there, which really sucks because you'll see that comes to bite me here a little bit later on. And then I'm worried about the monolith, right? But my queen kind of was a genius and steps into that little path right there to deal with that. And then I have the super minions that are also going to help clean up some of those buildings over there in the back. And at this point, I'm like, freak, got less than a minute left. I've got a lot of walls I've got to get through, and I don't have any wall breakers or abilities or anything that I can use to do that. So I'm glad the minions are going to go get that ricochet cannon there, which is really nice. Invis my queens because there's 2 ricochet cannons just wrecking her. Dude, I have like people watching me like literally every raid today, like 1 to 3 people it felt like. And this is the part where I'm realizing like, oh, this is actually going to be so close. And then the skeleton traps. It's just add insult to injury, right? I made another mistake here. So the first big mistake, popping my warden ability. I did not mean to use it there. I should use it in the middle of the base more. Second, if I'd have invis my king or froze that stuff a split second earlier, I think he'd have been able to get some of these buildings and help, but it just wasn't enough. And this was the only fail for the day. 97%, 2-star. All right, we're on to raid number 5. We have changed up, actually we didn't change up anything. So we're going in and I'm just talking about how I'm gonna try and just fix the army from time filling so much. Actually right here, I pointed out, I'm like, I forgot that I kind of fat fingered my warden ability, and if I hadn't and I used it later on in the base, I probably would have tripled that because I would have had more stuff alive later on in the base and cleared things a little bit faster, right? Okay, here again, goal, always get the royal champion to as close to the middle of the base as you possibly can, right in between the town hall and the rage tower, perfect. How do I do that though? Sometimes, I'll be honest, I'm looking around and I really don't completely know. And I just put my royal champion somewhere and I'm just like, we'll figure it out as she gets in there. I didn't want to put her up top because there's obviously 2 heroes up there, including the king. And I didn't want her to waste a whole bunch of shots or time. So I just put her over here. And we're just going to figure out what building she gets down with the rocket spear. And then I hope that we can find a way to get her to the middle of the base. That's my plan. I'm just winging it sometimes because I don't really know. And again, I didn't really learn from my mistake. I just let her deal with the queen here. Probably not the best idea in the world, right? Because now my royal champion's already kind of low health. I think I invis the multi-arch tower here to make sure that my queen goes towards that expo, because if she goes to the expo, she'll go right towards that town hall area eventually, right? I'm doing a good job at invising buildings that are like going to go down to the aura ahead of her, so she's not wasting time. And at this point, I'm pretty confident we're going to get like the town hall and the rage tower and everything here, so looking pretty good so far. Just keep counting 4 seconds or whatever between your things. And do I get the town hall here? Oh, does she die here? I can't remember. No, she doesn't die. Wow, okay, barely. Look at that sliver of health. This is like one example of when having a maxed electro boots is just better, right? Because she'd have died if you didn't have maxed electro boots right there. Now I didn't get the town hall down. I was thinking I would, but now we've got to come up with a plan. Okay, so now I'm like, yeah, let's draw the ice golems out and deal with them separately, because then I don't have to worry about them freezing my army up and everything. Use the siege barracks again to funnel my heroes into that town hall area, and we are going to run into the middle of the base here. All right, let's see. I struggled so bad dealing with the minion prince on this one. I could not get this stupid minion prince to die. I had nothing that could attack air over there, right? Supervisors don't attack air. I restarted all my headhunters. I eventually freeze him because I'm like, freak, maybe we just get these stupid wizards to get him down eventually. I don't actually know. Okay, so they did get him. The wizards did. I popped my earthquake boots kind of early in this raid because I have a few wall breakers left, and there aren't too many walls that I have to get through. We're going to use a bunch of super barbs just to clear all these buildings so that my king will step inside of a layer of walls eventually and use the earthquake boots. And I still have my ward ability too, by the way, and my queen ability. Honestly, I should be better about popping my queen ability and then the warden ability, because I feel like you want the healers to be protected for a little bit right when they spawn. So you should just like pop it right back to back, right? Just magic mirror, warden ability. And then, I did use my king ability. When did I use that? Oh, I used it by the town hall. I have wall breakers is what the issue is. Oh, this one was so close. Look, it's 30 seconds left. We've got a couple of walls. Luckily, we've got a lot of like hero stuff alive so that they can bust through walls really quickly. And we're getting close. Got 20 seconds left. Oh my gosh, look at me, I'm like panicking right now. Nothing I can do, I just gotta watch. I'm just like literally watching the screen, hoping that that multi-archer tower is like one shot, right? Because if it is, then I can get it. We bust through the wall super quick. We even get a couple of shots, but it's full health, so a 99% time fill. Oh, it's so painful. This attack, literally every raid today was like on a knife's edge. It was kind of crazy. I was so freaking close every raid, whether it was a fail or a triple. But yeah, there we go. Next raid. All right, I actually, between these raids, I gave myself a little pep talk, and I decided to make some changes so that I stop time filling. And the change I made is I'm just going to get good. I just decided to get good at the game, and I'm going to multitask more. I'm going to, when there's like 3 invisibility spells left, I'm just going to start putting my smash down and putting the invisibilities down and counting and putting super barbs down, and I'm going to be a madman. Look, we already got a spectator on this one. People are coming out like all the time to watch me. I don't know what it was today. But I just feel like every raid I had some. Again, I'm trying to get my royal champion to the middle of the base. And I fetch it. I really have solved this. I feel like every raid today where there was an isolated core with an invis tower, I manhandled the base. It was easy. Let's go ahead. We put the royal champion down. And I kind of put her down here because if she goes left, that's fine. If she goes right, that's totally fine too. I think I used a couple of super barbs to kill that one wizard tower over there. Maybe I don't. I can't remember if I do or not. Once the ricochet cannon goes down, maybe I do. I can't remember exactly what I do. Oh, no. Okay, well, you go right, though. Going right to that expo. Yep, there. Now I do. We're going to get that down. And then I'm going to invis a bunch of buildings right here so that I get my royal champion to go into that core. Oh, man, that was so close. And then once the invis triggers, she's going to go attack that expo again, right? But then by the time the invis in the middle wears out, the expo's dead, and I can just go right to the core, which is just how it's been every time. So that's kind of how you solve that, right? You just attack one of the other buildings on the other side of the moat for a little bit while the invis is re-triggering or whatever, and you can just wreck the entire core again. So here's me multitasking like a boss. This guy watching me is probably like, what the heck is this attack, and how's he doing all this at once? I turned into Klaus this raid. And look at this. Royal Champion's going to get the Town Hall. Invis her one last time. Actually, it was maybe a little bit late, but she's going to clear the rest of the core with the Phoenix. And look at that. The entire core is gone. I don't do a good job about getting the CC out of the way this time, but I had already put my smash down, so they were already headed that direction anyway. And this one's looking pretty good so far, right? I know I want to save my king ability in that monolith for the monolith area, like back there, because one, it'll open up the walls to those areas, and then two, it'll damage or destroy all those buildings too. I really hate ice golems. I don't know what my queen was doing there. She's just beating a random wall. Just queen things. Yeah, put some super barbs over here with the baby dragon. I don't have any wall breakers left. I'm going to save my warden ability to make sure that I can use my king ability at the last possible second to open up as many walls as I can. That's kind of the goal. So I pop my magic mirror. We're going to deal, and I rage here to bust through walls more quickly. I forgot that too. I still have my warden ability too. Okay, we pop the earthquake boots, and then there's enough walls open up to where I just pop the warden ability now. Everybody's going to be invincible for, what is it, 8 seconds now? And we saw 16 super barbs. I was hoping that they'd destroy a wall that wasn't in range of the scatter shot, but you know, I just wanted to beat the wrong wall, I guess. And yeah, this one was a little bit cleaner, I think. Obviously, we're still kind of close on time though, right? Even though I like multitasked like a boss, and I was putting barbarians down and a siege barrack down and my heroes down while I was still putting invisibility spells on my royal champion, it still comes close. There's like 20 seconds left. Well, maybe a little bit more than that, but geez, yeah. It's just every raid with this attack. It was a lot of fun though. I did have fun. This was a way fun day in Legend League. All right, we're on attack number 7. We've got 2 hits left. If I triple these 2 last raids, we still go plus 300 something. I can't remember what the number is exactly if I do it, but again, we've got the isolated cores, and that's really common right now. These cores with like the moat around the middle of them, and everything's packed. But I've solved these bases already. This one's actually not nearly as difficult as the other ones, right? Because there's like the top and the bottom both kind of lead you there anyway. And then I want my earthquake boots to take care of the rage tower at the top there. If I can use my earthquake boots in the middle of that, that's perfect. So let's put our royal champion down. We're going to put some super barbs over here. I want to get that mortar out of the way so that I know that my royal champion's not going to path to that eventually. And these little skeletons almost screwed me up for a second. Luckily, we got the electro boots. They're pretty good, you know. And this is pretty easy. This is pretty easy to get her to go to the core, right? Literally after this, I'm just going to invis both of these buildings and get her to go right to the fire spitter. So this one was one of the easier ones to path through. And there's not an invisibility tower, right? So I don't have to worry about her running anywhere else. And I put a barbarian or an archer down to draw the CC. Finally, I learned. I got good. And we're trying to get the town hall. And well, basically all the core, right? We've got 5 more invisibility spells, so we should be able to. I honestly debate sometimes whether it's worth it to use a rage right there and actually drop an invis instead of an electro titan. Maybe I'm not as good as multitasking as I think I am. Okay, we've only got 1 invis left. But we do have the Phoenix too, so keep that in mind. So I use a Baby Dragon and the Electro Titan to help deal with the Lava Hound and the Ice Golem there. With the Phoenix, I think, do I clear the whole rest of the core? I can't remember if I do or not. Probably not. And then I was actually maybe a little sketchy here. I probably should have let this funnel form a little bit more before I put my heroes down and let the siege barracks clear those buildings at the top. So you see me like panicking to put down all those super barbs because I'm like, I need my heroes to go into that wall because I need the earthquake boots to open up all these areas. And yeah, here we go. We get a good wall break. Well, no, I guess really not because nobody took it. We used the earthquake boots here. That opens up enough walls to where we don't need anything else. I used the eternal tome kind of early. I maybe could have used a freeze instead there. Using some super barbs to clean up those outside buildings because the last thing I want in the world is for my king to see a building on the outside of the wall and walk around. We get a sick wall break right here. So yeah, it opens the walls to those. Queen's gonna come in here and deal with this. That's the worst wall break in the world. And King's gonna be on this wall. We get access. I freeze this because the fire spitter's wrecking my healers and everything else there. But we get access to that middle of the base now. And now we actually have access to the monolith too, which is huge. So I'm basically just only worried about dealing with like the heroes on the back end. Again, time's kind of scary, right? Because we still do have the heroes that can distract us for a long time. And the king is just so tanky. And there we go. 30 seconds left. We got it, I think. We got a P.E.K.K.A jump up in that one compartment right up there. All we have to do is get through one more wall, and then we're good. The enemy king goes down. We're kind of stuck on our trailer. 15 seconds, man. I'm telling you, every attack today. Look at this. The warden, man. I'm telling you, the warden's the dumbest thing in the game. Look, he's like attacking it, and then he like changes his mind. He's like, no, we don't want to attack. And then he does it again. So I don't understand what he's freaking thinking here. Freaking drives me nuts. Ah, warden, go to school or something. Get smart. All right, this is the last raid of the day. And honestly, this is like, we saved the best for last. This was honestly maybe the most intense raid out of all of them today. It was pretty insane, but every freaking attack, I'm telling you, it felt like it was within just like 10 or 15 seconds of failing. Whether I fail or triple. It's so close. I got to talk to Fatal maybe and message him. If you're watching this, Fatal, help me figure out how to be faster with this army. I just, like every single raid was so freaking close. All right, we get another one with these kind of isolated cores. It's a little bit more spread out in the middle. But this is like the meta style base right now. And actually, I think I finished in like the top 25 at the end of this in the world. I got all my hits in pretty early because I had to do this video early on because I'll be out of town. So this is actually the night before, but yeah, so these are all pretty legit bases, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Again, I don't really care if my royal champion goes up towards the monolith or down because we're just going to invis ahead of her and force her into the middle of the base either way. So she goes up towards like that monolith area, which honestly is probably better. I thought she was actually done with the rocky spear shots. So I like invis her. Kind of swagged it a little bit. We get her to go to that air sweeper and watch this. Literally, she dies. How does she? Oh, I can't believe she dies here. And so at this point, I'm like, freak. Well, I guess we just got to start doing something. How the flip do we recover this if we can? Put my queen. I'm just going to treat it almost like I would normally. Try and get my hero smashed to the core. But, oh, this is not good. Look, I only used 3 invisibility spells. Still have 8 left. And I still have the CC to deal with too. Oh, yeah, not a good start to this raid. So we go down. Basically, what I want to do is I want to get my king into the middle of the base and like earthquake boots and kind of by the town hall if I can, because that will open up like one layer of wall to everything and let my queen go. And I'm like starting to look at the rest of the base and I'm like, we've got some big problems. Like how my heroes are all over here. They're going to go to the middle. How am I going to deal with this minion prince section here at the bottom? I actually raged my super minions up, hoping that they would get the minion prince so that I could maybe use some super barbs to clear those buildings there. And right here is where I remember I'm like, oh, I could just invis these guys, right? And then I try to get really fancy, and I'm like, I'm just going to invis a headhunter and get the minion prince that way. That's genius, right? 200 IQ. Let's just get the minion prince that way. While I'm trying to focus on the core, and then he walks into the invis, and then my headhunter just dies. So, yeah, the minion prince area, just kind of a big issue, right? Luckily, we've got 5 invisibility spells left, too. I don't really know what we're going to do with them, but we open up one layer of walls kind of in every direction. Yeah, this was not really looking very good. We've got a minute left, only 70% of the way through the raid. And we still have a lot of walls that we need to get through. So yeah, not good. We do wall break, and then I use the super barbs to clean up those 2 buildings so the queen doesn't waste time over there trying to break through a wall or anything like that. I guess she didn't need to. There was a wall broken. Ricochet cannon, luckily, was really low health. Our earthquake boots must have hit it. And I use the wall breaker here because the storages are like the last thing where I'm like, okay, if we can get the storages, then my super barbs will come help clean up these outside buildings here. I've got 3 invisibility spells left. There's freaking hope, right? Look at this. We've got like 25 seconds left. Minion Prince is still alive. We've got to beat through a wall with my queen because There's the layer, right? Oh my gosh, it's so close. We do get the Warden snipes the minion prince, 360 no scope. And I'm pretty sure that I have this one, so holy cow, this was pretty intense. I can't believe we recovered this raid. We got it, baby. Woohoo! You can see me celebrating. And check it out. I put a towel there because like the leather makes my butt all sweaty. Baby TMI. And that helps prevent that. I got a sweaty butt. All right. Man, again, yeah. Every single raid today. This was a ton of fun. Honestly, one of the most fun days in Legend League I've had in a long time. I wish you guys could have heard the live commentary because it was pretty intense. Fortunately, I'm an idiot and I muted my mic. But anyway, I'm going to pull up the Legend League day here. I think we go 303, if I remember right. Pull it up. Shock, idiot. Okay, there we go. Yep, 303. So, 303, honestly, Super Barbs, one time fell, one fell barely, and I remember on that fell, I accidentally swagged my Warden ability kind of really early. Didn't mean to fat finger it there. But don't forget, if you've watched the video up to this point, there's still a Gold Pass giveaway going on. This is the last video for it. Just be subscribed to the channel, like and comment, and you'll be entered to win automatically. And that's going to do it for this video.